Good morning, students. This is video for class 12th. Today we are going to start solid states. So let's talk about solid states. First of all, in this chapter, we are going to study completely about solids, about its property and various categories. Here you will also study about the types of solids, and the main part of this solid state chapter is first about solids, second about crystals, and third you will study about conductivity. These three parts are contained by this chapter. You will also study the different parameters such as diamagnetic, paramagnetic and ferromagnetic substance also here, and further you will also go through some numericals part. In from this chapter, 5 marks question is to be asked, in which one is numerical, where numerical is fixed, and rest of the question will act as a theoretical part. Now, first of all, to start solids, so we should know what is solid. As you know, and in earlier classes also, you are known that what are solids. Solids are rigid. Rigid means here that the molecules of the solids are bound together with strong force, and this is known as intermolecular forces of attraction. As you know that solid do not have intermolecular space between them, so they cannot move. They do not show any movement. They can vibrate, but they do not show their movement. Second, they have fixed shape and volume. उनका वॉल्यूम और उनका शेप फिक्स्ड होता है. Two forces acts between them. First is intermolecular forces of attraction, and second is thermal energy. It is also force of attraction because when molecules are molecules start vibrating, the kinetic energy increases. So due to which they are termed as solids. If thermal conductivity or thermal energy is less than intermolecular force of attraction, then the substance will behave as solid. If its value is low, thermal energy value is low, then it will behave as liquid, and if it is very low thermal energy, then it behave as gases, that is, we can say fluids. So these are the properties of solids, which you know what are solids. Now we will study about the particles in the solids. Since we know the particles in the solids are in form of arrangement, so they are categorized into two parts. First, crystalline solids, and second, amorphous solids. Crystalline solids are those in which the particles are arranged in a definite pattern, or you can say the constituent particles are arranged in a definite pattern. They are termed as solids. And it can also be said as long range order because they are fixed shape. For example, NaCl, quartz, these are the things which you can see, they are fixed shape on size. Whereas amorphous solids are those whose constituent particles are not arranged in a definite pattern. They have irregular definite pattern, haphazardly we can say. They are also called as short range order. For example, sugar. The particles of sugar are haphazardly. So they act as a amorphous solids. There are some examples: quartz glass, rubber, plastics. These all are amorphous. There are some differences between amorphous and crystalline solids. First, see shape. Shape of crystalline solid is definite, it has fixed shape and size, whereas in amorphous it has irregular shape. Melting point, it has sharp melting point because it melts at a particular temperature. For example, ice can be easily melted. And amorphous solids over a range of temperature, it has a particular range. For example, charcoal melts at a certain range. As we know, we have studied here that they are also called long range orders. So in ordered ways they are long range, and amorphous solids are short range order. Cleavage property, that means if you cut them, they have smooth cleavage, they will have a definite shape, they will cut in a sharp order. Whereas in irregular in amorphous solids, they are cut into irregular cleavage. For example, glass is broken, then it breaks into different pieces which are irregular shape and size. Main part is anisotropic and isotropic. Crystalline solids are anisotropic and amorphous solids are isotropic. Anisotropic means different properties in different directions. For example, let's see, this is an example of any solid in where molecules are arranged like this. So we see here A and B. This is A and B, and here this is B dash and this is A dash. When you see A dash, see this is smaller molecule, bigger molecule, smaller molecule. So these are different. They are arranged in different order. If you are seeing in laterally or in inclined plane, what you see B dash, it is have a same molecules. So in this manner they have different properties, in this manner they have different properties. In isotropic, same property in all direction. What you see, because the molecules have same property in all direction, because they do not have long range order, they have short range order. That is why they are called isotropic. Some questions can be asked from you. Why milkiness appears in certain glass plane? क्यों milkiness होता है किसी भी glass planes में? तो आप क्या बता सकते हो क्यों ऐसा होता है वो? Similarly, the window of old buildings are invariably thicker at the bottom. ये क्यों होता है? Because solids की property होती है, वो flow होती है, and they flow from top region to bottom region. That is why the bottom layer becomes thicker and upper layer is a thin. So these are the properties, some questions which can be asked from you. Let us now study classification of crystals. Crystals are classified into three forms. First, molecular crystals. Molecular crystals are those in which constituent particles exist as molecules. Means जो constituent particles होते हैं वो molecule के form में exist करते हैं, और अगर atoms के form में है तो they are noble gases. There are three types of forces which bind these molecules. First, London force of attraction. This force is dispersive force. That means the force is always between non-polar homoatomic molecules. Non-polar means like H2, I2, same atoms when combined together they forms a non-polar. But it will for noble gases such as helium, argon, these are the noble gases in which London force acts. It is a dispersion force. between atoms. Second, dipole forces. It is present between heteroatomic molecules which are polar in nature. This is arises due to difference in electronegativities. For example, see here HCl is given. So when this breaks down, so it will take its positive part and chlorine will take its negative part. So they are partially positively and partially negatively charged. So due to their difference in electronegativities, it is polar. It acts between polar molecules when two different atoms combine. So for example, solid SO2 and solid NH3 ammonia. Next, hydrogen bonding. You have also studied in class 11th. It is a bonding between hydrogen and हाईली इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिव एलिमेंट. किसी भी हाइड्रोजन और हाईली इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिव एलिमेंट के बीच में जो बॉन्ड होता है उसको हम लोग बोलते हैं हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग. फॉर एग्जाम्पल HF, दिस इज द हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग विच इज रिप्रेजेंटेड बाय अ डॉटेड साइन. Ice is also an example for this because it is non-conducting in nature. Next, second is ionic solids. Ionic solids are those in which constituent particles are in form of ions. जहाँ constituent particles ions के form में होते हैं. That is, there are two types of ions, that is positive, that is cations, and negative, that is anions. So the atoms are bonded with the forces called electrostatic force because ions are bonded with electrostatic force, or you can say Coulombian force. It do not conduct electricity in the solid states. कभी भी आयनिक सॉलिड स्टेट्स में इलेक्ट्रिसिटी नहीं कंडक्ट करते, बट दे कैन कंडक्ट इलेक्ट्रिसिटी इन मॉल्टन स्टेट. थर्ड इज मेटालिक सॉलिड्स. मेटालिक सॉलिड्स आर दोज विच हैव द कलेक्शन ऑफ पॉजिटिव आयंस. जिनके पास केवल पॉजिटिव आयंस हो उन्हीं को हम लोग मेटालिक सॉलिड्स कहते हैं, विच आर ऑल्सो नोन एज कर्नल्स. Because the atom is surrounded by electrons, so they are called as metallic solids. They have high electrical conductivity. उनकी conductivity ज़्यादा होती है because electrons are free to move, due to which they attain a luster property. For example, when electron gets energy or when it is heated, then it with its high kinetic energy it goes up, and when it lowers down the temperature it comes to its lowest point with low energy, so it starts shining. So from that property it attains a luster. Similarly, solids have a malleability property. It is also malleable and ductile, as you know, as you have also studied in class 10th. Next, covalent solids. It is also known as giant molecule because number of atoms are bonded with the strong force of attraction. So atoms are bonded tightly with each other. They are highly directional. They have definite pattern in geometry. They have fixed pattern in geometry. As you see, for example, in class 11th you have also studied the different structures of atoms. For example, you have studied about tetrahedral shape, trigonal, bipyramidal, pyramidal. These all are shapes are pattern of geometry. So they follow a particular pattern. They also act as insulators because they do not conduct electricity. For example, diamond, graphite, silicon carbide, for example. See here example of diamond. See, this carbon is bonded with 4 carbons. It has a tetrahedral shape. Diamond is hard and it is non-conducting. Whereas this is the structure of graphite. This carbon Here these two carbons are always free and these are bonded. These are bonded with the weak van der Waals forces of attraction. So it has linear structure, linear shaped structure. It can conduct electricity due to presence of free electrons, and it is also used as lubricants. Now let us study about crystal, lattice and unit cell. What are crystal lattice? Crystal lattice is the arrangement of constituent particles in 3D space. हमारा स्पेटियल अरेंजमेंट होता है किसी भी पार्टिकल्स का, इनको स्पेस में आप 3D स्पेस में आप उसको अरेंज कर सकते हो, उन्हीं को हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं? क्रिस्टल लैटिस. See, this is a crystal lattice for in figure I have made for you. What we see, the atoms are exist in the corners and they are tightly joined. Here we see that atoms are small in figure but they look like this. Like one upon number of balls are kept over each other. So this type of figure they attain. So they have 3D spatial arrangement. If we divide this, so we get a unit cell. I have drawn a line, red line for you to separate these cubes. So when this line is drawn, then they are divided in two parts. When this is drawn, then they are divided in 4, 4, 8 parts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 equal parts. So this one part is called unit cell. It is the smallest unit of a crystal lattice is called unit cell. This is the smallest unit. If we divide this again, then its small part will be smallest unit of the cell. So they are known as unit cell. Now see here. These points are called lattice points. That is the points in the crystal where constituent particles may be present. एक ऐसे पॉइंट्स जहाँ पार्टिकल्स प्रेजेंट हों उन्हीं को हम लोग बोलते हैं क्रिस्टल पॉइंट, लैटिस पॉइंट. नेक्स्ट, द लेंथ बिटवीन lattice points are called edge length. So these are edges. So distance between these called edges. So they are called as edge length. Now this unit cell depends upon measurable properties such as different parameters. So this length is, I have taken A, this edge length as B, and this edge length as C. The angle between B and C is alpha, the angle between A and C is beta, and the angle between A and B is gamma. So the edge length or the unit cell depends upon length and angles. There are 7 crystal systems you will study. First, cubic, CTOMHRT. So you have to learn this. C means cubic, where all edges are equal, A equals to B equals to C, and the angle formed between alpha, beta and gamma or edges ABC are 90 degree. So for example, NaCl, ZnS, copper, these are the examples. NaCl is also called as rock salt. T means tetragonal. In this, A is equals to B, two edges are equal, but third is not equal to these two, first, second. But their angles are equal. alpha, beta and gamma is 90 degree. For example, SnO2, tin oxide, TiO2, titanium oxide, CaSO4, calcium sulfate. O means orthorhombic. In this case, edges are not equal to each other, but the angles are equal. Alpha is equals to beta equals to gamma, 90 degree. For example, KNO3, BSO4. M means monoclinic. In this case, A is not equals to B, is not equals to C. In this, alpha and beta, two angles are 90 degree to each other, and third, gamma is not equals to 90. Sorry, here is gamma not equals to 90. For example, Na2SO4, sodium sulfate and sodium sulfate dot 10H2O. H means hexagonal. In this case, A and B are equal, which is, but third side is not equal. Where alpha and beta are equals to 90 degree, which are perpendicular to each other, and gamma is about 120 degree. For example, graphite, zinc oxide. R means rhomohedral, where all the edges are equal and the angles are also equal. That is, alpha equals to beta, but gamma is not equals to 90 degree. Two angles are equal, but third will not equals to 90 degree. All are not equals to. For example, HGS and calcite. T means triclinic, where edges are not equal and angles are not equal to 90 degree. For example, CuSO4.5H2O or K2Cr2O7. Now let's study about primitive unit cells. Types of cells. The first is primitive unit cell, or you can also say simple unit cell. In this cell, all the atoms are arranged at the corners of a cubic. See here, 8 atoms are arranged in the corners. It look like this. I have given a 3D figure for you here. It actually look like this. All the atoms are joined together. There is no space between them. So here. Second is centered unit cell. Centered unit cell means the 8 atoms will attain the cubical corners, and one atom will exist as in center. See here, this red circle is in center, and other 4 is up and next 4 is down. So these are, for example, this is a ball and you kept another 4 balls like this, 2 here, 2 there, and these are also joined with each other like this. Next, it is of 3 types. First, face centered unit cell, second, end centered unit cell, and third, edge centered. In face centered, at each face one atom is kept. There are 6 faces. You are able to see, that is 8 are at corners, 8 atoms and 8 corners, and 8 atoms at 8 corners, and each one atom is at one face. See, this is one face, this is another face, this red part backside, this for this face, this for this face, this for this face, and this one for this face. So each one atom at is one face. In end centered, the 8 electrons are at the corners, 8 atoms at the corners, and one atom will at any 2 ends, either in these 2 ends, either at these 2 ends, or these 2 ends. In edge centered, 8 atoms will at their corners, and rest atom will attain at the edges. See, one atom is this, one atom is at this, one atom in between this. So at each edges one atom will be there. So this is known as edge centered cubic cell. Now about further we will study tomorrow. Till now, thank you. For any queries you can ask question.